what's going on? Wow, I cannot talk. It is, this spring forward thing has gotten me so bad.
I've been moving cold, so no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it.
But hey, what's going on, guys? Looking for my Reptiles here with Pablo, if I can even get him into frame. And I know I'm gonna regret taking him as soon as I go to clean my car, but he enjoys car rides. I enjoy having him in here on the car rides just because it just makes him a happy bunny. He just likes lap sitting. But for some reason he took to rides in the car really well, just like same as the dog. But today is not going to be about snakes once again, so I'm sorry about that. I want to get back to the snake videos. It's just I don't want to keep making the same breeding updates. You know, here's some ovulations we got, or I kind of feel like I use Instagram for that a little bit more. But trust me, you guys are going to be sick of the snake videos as soon as stuff starts turning, because we have girls that are lined up to lay, and we're probably going to have, you know, somewhere in between 5 and 10 if they all go the way that I see them. But I'm still really poor at due dates, so we're gonna get a whole bunch of clutches right away, and then there's gonna be a whole bunch of content there. But as for right now, it's just mail in, mail out, mail in, mail out. So it's just, it's not something that I really feel like I can make a video about, so that's why there's a lot of lack of videos, but there is a little bit more behind it. So I am actually going to make that video talking about what's going on currently. It'll be the one after this one. Then we'll resume to regular vlogs as normal. But as for right now, I'm just taking the car on a little bit of a cruise, because the last 2 days has been a non-stop pour, because apparently one of my haters, when they saw that I was talking about good weather we're gonna be able to ship, just sat there and danced with the rain stick, just going at it, because they just, right after I made that video, the weather sucked. And then we became the part of the shipping that could not ship, so interesting. But as for what this video is about, this video is to tell all you guys who I did not, because the only people I really told about the Corvette were the people that really directly asked me about it on Instagram. So those are the, so I feel like I should probably tell you guys the entire story, because I've just kind of sprinkled it in there saying, well, the car needs work, needs to go in the shop, or as of right now, it just got back. So now I'm going to give you guys the full story while I enjoy this nice windy road that's actually near my house. I'm actually going to take it forward and backwards. Forward so I can talk to you guys, and then backwards so I can film the cinematics on the way back. But so where I start is, I have to preface this. Nicole actually told me not to get this car. Not because she doesn't like the car or anything. If anything, she really loves this car. Not as much as my Genesis, but she loves this car. And she's happy to see that I love it as much as I do. And one thing that is very much true is that she says that I should not have this car in my neighborhood, because Corvettes are something that we don't have. So not even 2 weeks into owning this car, it got broken into, and that's what did all this damage. And believe it or not, because all the parts are hard to find now, they're not manufactured anymore, because this car is 97. However, the parts were made all the way, or at least new. The cars were new all the way up until 2004. So that was the last year of this generation. So it made parts finding for this really hard, and especially since insurance is only interested in parts that follow 2 categories: OEM and new. They don't care about used or anything like that. So what we ended up going with is anything that's discontinued or anything like that, they had cashed me out on, and I'm going to actually find that used aftermarket. So if somebody's parting out their car, I'm gonna replace it that way. So there's actually only two actual items that are like that, and that is one, the radio bezel, and two being the CD changer on the back, the whole CD changer. And I'm going to get into what actually happened. So my car, when I got it, you know, 21 years old, so not exactly the strongest of electronics, and somebody took a day, it was the only day out of like that entire month where it rained, and used that night. So I don't know if we just wouldn't be looking outside because we'd have no interest in going outside because of rain, like if this is a part of a strategy, or if it just happened to be raining. But this person forced down my window, leaving this big old scratch going straight down the side. So that allowed rain in. Luckily enough for me, the rain must have annoyed him enough while he was doing whatever in my car that he pulled it up. He just yanked it back up. It broke the motor, then scratched the glass pretty badly, so those both need to be replaced. And while he's doing all this, rain's just pouring in my car. And he's coming in here, he's looking after my radio, which case he's looking at a, you know, a 1997 stock radio. It doesn't have Bluetooth, doesn't have MP3. I don't know what he's expecting to get out of this, but he's going after my radio. One thing about the Corvette, if you want to get into the main console at all, you got to take out the, or not the console, into the radio or anything in the dash. You got to take out the console, you got to take out every single piece of trim and plastic heading leading up to that. You got to take out the shift, boot, knob, everything. Everything needs to come out for you to get up there. And not only that, it requires a key. There's a key right on the inside part of the console here, so you have to turn it to actually release one of the parts that'll allow you to get into. One of the clips, there you go. And so he tried forcing his way, and all he did was break the clips of my radio bezels, so now it jiggles. And on different roads when they're bumpy, it makes a lot of noise, so that's a little annoying, and that's something that's gonna have to get fixed pretty soon. And I am gonna explain this thing through and through, just to not leave you guys out on any details. So if it is a little slow, feel free to just do the 10-second skip ahead and get to the main point. But as for parts that are things are actually physically stolen from my car, none. I don't keep anything in my car. If you would have opened up my glove box, you would have seen my charger cord for my phone. That's it. Other than that, when he looked in all the compartments in the back, there's 3. All he found was 2 things. The Kohl's Disneyland little Mickey ears that she wears when we go, and 2 being my backpack, which I'm glad he didn't just blindly steal. He opened it up and saw that there's nothing of interest in it, because the only thing that was in there is my D&D handbook and characters. So if he would have stolen that, I would have been pissed. But so he didn't steal anything from the car, which case he just did all this for nothing. Hey, look, a C7. But going on with that, then he unlocks the door and goes over to the other side. So now he's on the passenger side, and once again, rain's pouring in as he's in here, because I guess he doesn't like to close the door when he's working. So just rain on leather, not great, but that's didn't do enough damage for it to get replaced. And it tries the actual switch that adjusts the Corvette seat. And going ahead of this, when we actually go and disconnect the electronics for the seat, because it kept killing my battery, there's no manual mode. Like, a lot of cars that have electronic seats have a backup. This car doesn't. So even though the electronic wasn't working, it was stuck there. So this switch was stuck, or it fried, and it kept sent like forward messages to the motor. That is to the motor in the seat. And the motor, just doing its job, pushes the thing all the way forward, changes all the adjustments of the seat, and pushes it all the way up against the dashboard, leaning forward. And can't have any passengers that way necessarily, but but in doing so, the motor itself got fried. It kept pumping every 5 seconds, like trying to force itself to go even further forward. I'm at the point where I need to turn around, but I'm not even through. But as it goes, there. Lost train of thought. But in doing so, it fried motor and switch, which does a lot more damage to it. And I'm trying to remember. So now we're totaling everything up. We have window, we have the motor in the window with a radio bezel, we have this 12 CD changer, which was actually just ruined because he couldn't figure out how to get it out. So he just decided he was gonna break it. That or the rain coming in on it when he was in the trunk. And then we have both the motor and the switch, and all in all, doesn't sound like much, right? I believe that was the only thing that happened. A few trim pieces were missing here or there, but that wasn't covered by the insurance. He scratched up the back panel a little bit, but we were able to polish most of it out, so we didn't include it just because there's no real need. I'm going to be wrapping this car soon anyways. So what this actually totaled out to with labor and everything with insurance, $4,000 worth of damage. Sucks. But all in all, it did get fixed. However, it took a long time to get parts because we couldn't just go to, you know, the dealership to get it. It ended up taking about a month and a half before we can actually get the car into it. So therefore, my car was only a one-person car because the seat's all the way forward. And from there, once we did get parts in, they all came in at different times. I'm actually gonna make a U-turn up here so I can start heading back. But all the parts that came in were not the right parts. And we came to realize that once I'd actually taken my car in and they were working on it. It was supposed to be a 2-day turnaround time and it ended up being a week. And that was because the motor that they had bought for my car, they shipped the driver side first, so the motor didn't work, so because it was facing the wrong way. So then they had to order the part again and try to overnight it. Then it got delayed, so it ended up being a 2-day ship. And lo and behold, this motor is made for the Z06 version of my car with those actual racing seats. I have the regular seats. So once again, did not work for my car. And if anybody's wondering what the Z06 actually is compared to my car, the only major difference is his seats. They're the two-tone racing seats. They have a fixed roof. Mine has a target top, so I'm able to take this part off. And then I guess the major difference is rather than being 345 horsepower, it's 405 horsepower. That's the difference in between the two. It's pretty much, you know, the Camaro RS versus SS. So once again, did not fit my car. So once again, part got shipped. This time it didn't get delayed, actually got shipped in a day, then got installed. I thought I was getting my car the day it got installed. No. It still had its insurance to go through, or not insurance. My agent had not been doing the paperwork until it was over. So despite everything going on, he had to wait until the following day to do it. And then as a complimentary thing, they did the car wash. Did a really good job on the outside. Inside, I don't like like shiny products on the inside, I'll stick to my interior detailer from Adam's Polishes. I like the matte finish. But all in all, I've had this car about 3 months. I got it December 20th, and I'm finally getting it back, you know, beginning of March. So that really sucked to go through, and it just kind of is what it is. But the car is back, it's all fixed up, and it's going to be ready for more videos in the future. I plan on doing some stuff with Mike, which is going to be really cool, and as well as, you know, regular snake stuff. But it's going to be a fun experience, and now I actually get to have my car back. So yeah, for those of you who have made it through this video, thank you for sticking through with it. I just wanted to clear the air because a lot of people were confused as for what happened. They didn't know if it was an accident, because I was still making videos in the car while I was talking about it, which was a lot of people weren't understanding. But I hope I cleared that up and gave you guys the full and complete story. Hopefully I didn't give you guys too complete of a story. So yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, we're less than 100 away from doing our next ball python giveaway. I know this wasn't a snake video, but regardless, the giveaway for one is coming up soon, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.